It's in the game.
EA Sports is in the game.
Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Two behemoth conferences bragging rights at stake, the SEC versus the Big Ten. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, as you know, Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round. But this team has more to prove. They lost their quarterback, Ty Simpson, to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Brian Coleman Williams is looking for a little redemption after a low production year last year. The fans can't wait to see what this version of the Crimson Tide will look like this season. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Buckeyes will kick off first, and here we go. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Throwing Russell. Caught over the middle. It's Edwards.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. They'll go back to the ground. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Russell. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They're dealing with a second and long. He wants to change this route. Keelan Russell. He'll try to do it himself. Gain of 9 on that one. Third down and short. He needs a yard.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Alabama will get the first down.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time, the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. He's looking to throw. Stepping to the right. He's going to take off. Quarterback gets the first down. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
How nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run? Like, that is so much fun to call. Good protection up front, but he just sees space so well. They drop back, he finds the holes, and man, before you know it, he's just chewing up yards and making big plays.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Alabama!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The run inside. It's Rodgers. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed way upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Ooh, that boy's got you holding your breath every time he runs the football. So elusive, so fast. He scrambles around, buys time, throws an incompletion, but every incompletion even looks good because it's so exciting to watch.
Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Saying from the gun on third down. Tight end finds a soft spot. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
That's a third down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So third down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage, make it easy on your quarterback. Those two guys able to link up.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Rodgers.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They give it to him again. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Sayin on the play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Saying, pressure coming, and he never had a chance.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Now here's Sayin. Dumps it off in the flats. Turns it on in midfield. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Russell. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get them on the ground like they did right here.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. Back to pass, it's Russell. Looking deep. Got it down the field. Rolled into enemy territory and all the way to the 44-yard line.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over first and
10. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's Sayin to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the school.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game.
Wide open on the right. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Quick release by the QB. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Throwing Russell. Here's the pressure. Lets it fly. Got his man all by himself. And he'll home it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown time!
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Buying some time. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Third and 6 yards to go. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Books it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Keelan Russell. He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, the defense got really lucky there. I don't know if there was a coverage bust or what. There is no way that receiver should have been that wide open. Lucky for the defense, though, he puts it on the ground.
To the air, it's Russell. They're working that left side. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4 down territory. The offense still on the field. Again, it's Russell. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the right. Touchdown, Bama! Put 6 on the board.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing a 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And it's them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead. That gives them tremendous confidence heading in at halftime.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Say it. Floats it out in space. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's start with the USC Trojans, taking on the number 23 team, the Louisville Cardinals. And it's the Trojans with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season.
He stopped right there. Oh, he might have been a step away from taking that one a long way.
Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings.
Quick release on the RPO. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeye!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Russell. Here's the heat. And it's a sack.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. To throw, it's Russell. Bringing the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
How about this defense? Getting to the quarterback in back-to-back plays. You want to pressure the quarterback. If you get him on the ground, it's gravy. Nice job. 2 sacks in a row, bringing up a 3rd and long situation.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Might be calling a hot route. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Here comes the heat. Avoids pressure on the right. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. Makes the grab in their space. Rolled into enemy territory and all the way to the 44-yard line.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And that, what does he do when he rolls out? It gives his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Complete to the left. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Off the RPO, complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Throwing Russell. He wants it all. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Running inside, it's Rodgers. Makes it past the marker. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You can tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
So now it's second and long. Throwing, say it. Oh, they're after him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensive. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him. Let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Ready to roll on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Keelan Russell. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throwing on the run. Got it inside the 10. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
A first down run in the red zone. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
You don't tip the scales at 3 bills. Stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
PAT unit on the field. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Takes the easy completion. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Buckeyes are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but
wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. 4th down, St. Clair. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You've got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best runner runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. And the try is no good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns. 21 points.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Rolling right and going deep. Oh, sticks that big mitt up there and grabs it. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The Buckeyes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Tavian St. Clair. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Shakes off the defender. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Jackson. To the 10. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
4-yard line. 1st and goal, Ohio State.
And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's Jackson. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. St. Clair. Looking to get it in. Almost in, but they'll say he didn't make it, inches away from the touchdown.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Now on first down from the 28. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the first. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The run inside. It's Hill. At the 40, there he goes. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.